Elegant yet always bustling, Buenos Aires encapsulates the very essence of Argentina. South America's second largest city, Buenos Aires is the political, economic and cultural capital of Argentina, as well as the gateway to the rest of this large nation. Its compact tree-lined centre is reminiscent of Paris, with many charming corners where tidy high-rise apartments are interspersed with attractive 19th century buildings. Most first-time visitors are surprised to find that this big city has managed to preserve its old traditions. Each of its 47 barrios boasts its own distinct character, and you'll never tire of exploring these delightful neighborhoods. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 tourist attractions and places to visit in Buenos Aires. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So now let's cut to the chase. And at 10, Palermo and Jardín Botánico. Palermo, the major recreational spot for porteños, as residents of Buenos Aires are known, is where many of the city's largest and most popular parks lie. Once part of the estate of dictator Juan Manuel de Rosas, these days the area is home to a plethora of fine ethnic restaurants and avant-garde fashion establishments. It's here too that you'll find Jardín Botánico, the city's excellent botanic gardens with its numerous lakes, bridges and sculptures spread across 20 acres of paradise. Established in 1898, the gardens boast some 5,000 flower species from around the world, including many from Argentina. Highlights include such exquisite areas as the French and Italian gardens, along with a herb museum and horticultural school. Also worth a visit are the Buenos Aires Japanese Gardens, the largest such garden in South America and popular for its bonsai collection, displays of traditional arts and crafts and cultural center. At 9, it's art galleries old and new. Buenos Aires has long had a reputation as one of South America's most significant centers for art. One of the newest and most impressive galleries is the Latin American Art Museum of Buenos Aires, or MALBA. Housed in a superb modern building resembling a number of interlocking cubes, this world-class museum has numerous works by modern artists from across Latin America. It also serves as a cultural center showcasing the country's film and visual arts. Also of importance to the art world is the splendid Buenos Aires Museum of Modern Art. Housed in a former tobacco warehouse, it's home to a collection of exhibits by local painters and sculptors, along with permanent exhibits of local and international artists, including Salvador Dali and Pablo Picasso. Other galleries of note include the Museum of the Spanish Art of Enrique Larreta, with its impressive collection gathered by the famous writer, and the Fortabat Art Collection, a fine art gallery opened in 2008. Be sure to also find time to visit the city's most interesting outdoor sculpture, Floralis Generica. This massive steel and aluminium flower stands in the midst of Plaza de las Naciones Unidas and even closes at night and emanates a pleasing red glow. At 8, the Metropolitan Cathedral. While construction of its neoclassical facade wasn't initiated until 1822, Buenos Aires Metropolitan Cathedral overlooks Plaza de Mayo and can trace its roots back to the early 16th century when the Spanish established one of the country's first churches here. Despite its rather plain exterior, the Catholic Church boasts a lovely neo-Renaissance and neo-Baroque interior, along with numerous important artworks, including 18th century altarpieces and statues. There's also a Valka organ dating from 1871 that includes an impressive 3,500 pipes and is regarded as one of the finest of its kind. Also of interest here is the tomb of one of Argentina's most revered revolutionary heroes, General José de San Martín. Another religious site worth seeing is the Block of Enlightenment. This city block is traditionally regarded as the historical center of learning and high culture in Buenos Aires. It includes the Colegio Nacional de Buenos Aires and San Ignacio Church, the city's oldest surviving church, famous for its tunnels and artwork. Next up at 7, San Telmo and the National Historical Museum. San Telmo is well known as one of Buenos Aires' more colourful districts, its narrow cobblestone streets and old colonial-style buildings home to numerous art studios and interesting galleries. The area is also popular for its cafes, tango parlors and boutique shops, and is a delight to explore, particularly during the San Telmo Sunday Fair, an antiques fair that draws crowds of eager shoppers and sightseers alike. The biggest attraction in San Telmo, though, is the excellent National Historical Museum, with its displays relating to the history of Argentina. All told, the museum houses more than 50,000 artifacts, the most important being its collection of paintings by Cándido López, a forerunner of contemporary primitive painting. Another museum of interest is the Bernardino Rivadavia Natural Sciences Museum, opened in 1826, and now boasting 13 exhibition halls, bursting with displays of Argentinian flora and fauna, along with an on-site aquarium. At 6, Buenos Aires Cabildo. Located in Plaza de Mayo, the beautiful Cabildo serves as the seat of the colonial government and was at the epicenter of the May 1810 revolution against Spanish rule. It dates back to 1610 and was later expanded throughout the 18th century. These days, this splendid building houses the National Museum of the Cabildo with its numerous exhibits relating to the city during the 18th century, including a replica of the city's first printing press, an exhibit of Jesuit and colonial art, and numerous old maps and photos of the city. Another museum of interest in Plaza de Mayo is the Museo de la Casa de Gobierno. Located inside the Casa Rosada, the presidential palace, it provides a chronology of Argentinian presidents up to 1966, along with related artifacts and memorabilia. And next up at 5, explore La Boca and the Caminito Street Museum. Undoubtedly Buenos Aires' most colourful neighbourhood, and certainly one of the best places to visit if you want to grab some great photographs of authentic Argentina, La Boca is a favourite haunt for artistic and creative types. In fact, many of these same folk will take their art outside and onto the streets, decorating balconies and patios with amusing sculptures of tango dancers and other characters. Much of the fun here for visitors is exploring the Caminito Street Museum, a colourful pedestrian-friendly zone that has functioned as an open-air museum and art market since 1959. Painted a patchwork of colours, this string of bright and extremely photogenic buildings offer quality crafts and souvenirs, sculptures, and, for the footloose, free open-air tango demonstrations. The area is in fact named after a tango. A little more formal is the Quinquela Martín Museum of Fine Arts, with its excellent collection of works by notable 20th century Argentinian artists. At 4, visit the Recoleta Cemetery and Museums. Fashionable Recoleta takes its name from the Franciscan convent that was built here around 1716, but is perhaps best known for its astonishing burial ground. The Recoleta Cemetery has long been popular among locals and tourists alike, drawn here for the many elaborate mausoleums that serve as final resting places for a veritable who's who of famous Argentines, including such illustrious souls as Eva Perón, now embalmed in the Duarte family tomb. Although somewhat ostentatious and downright creepy, these beautiful crypts are a testament to the national interest in death, of all things, something so important that Argentinians continue to honour their family members' birthdays and death days alike. Afterwards, be sure to explore the rest of Recoleta with its many public gardens, cafes and craft shops, not so creepy, as well as other attractions, including the Museo de Arte Hispano-Americano Isaac Fernández Blanco, with its extensive collection of colonial silver, wood carvings, paintings and costumes, and the National Library, where literary great Jorge Luis Borges served as director in the 1950s. And now at 3, a city of theatres, the Colón Theatre. No lover of great theatre, or for that matter great theatres, should pass up the chance to visit Buenos Aires' many fine performance halls. Perhaps the best known is the stunning Colón Theatre, a world-class opera, ballet and classical music facility opened in 1908 that has hosted the likes of Callas, Toscanini, Stravinsky, Caruso and Pavarotti. Guided tours of the theatre, considered to boast some of the world's best acoustics, provide a fascinating glimpse into the building's inner workings, from set building to costume and wig making. It's an experience that can only be topped by enjoying a performance in its sumptuous auditorium. Other places of entertainment to visit include Teatro Gran Rex, a lovely Art Deco cinema opened in 1937, and Teatro Cervantes, home to the Buenos Aires National Theatre Museum with its displays relating to theatre, film and music productions. At 2, tour the President's Pink House, Casa Rosada. The most famous of Plaza de Mayo's many fine buildings, Casa Rosada, was built in the mid-1800s and stands on a site known to have been occupied by an old customs house and fort dating back to the 16th century. Literally translated as the Pink House, Casa Rosada, officially referred to as Casa de Gobierno or the Government House, is the official residence of the President of Argentina. Built in Italianate style, this fine mansion dominates the eastern end of the historic square and makes for a splendid selfie backdrop. In addition to housing the president and state offices, this immense building is also home to the Casa Rosada Museum. Established in the 1950s, the museum's impressive collections include exhibits and artifacts dating back as far as colonial times when Spain ruled much of the continent. Other notable highlights include murals by famed Mexican artist David Alfaro Siqueiros, painted in 1933, with assistance from some of Argentina's most prominent artists from that period. The museum is open Wednesdays to Sundays. Free English language tours are available. And finally, at number 1, explore Plaza de Mayo. Buenos Aires' Belle Époque is evident in the splendid old colonial buildings found in Plaza de Mayo. Established in the 16th century and the country's oldest public square, this delightful 2-block-long plaza has been the stage for many important events in the city's history. Most notable among these were the uprising against Spain in 1810 and the continuing vigils held by the Madres de la Plaza de Mayo, or the Mothers of Plaza de Mayo, whose children disappeared during the military junta's reign from 1976 to 1983. Much of the area is now entirely pedestrianised, including popular Florida and Laval streets, and numerous attractions and things to do can easily be included in a fun walking tour of the area. As a result, Plaza de Mayo is the perfect place to begin your Buenos Aires sightseeing adventure, getting your bearings as you take in such important landmarks as Casa Rosada. This famous pale pink residential palace was the place from which Eva Perón would address the enormous crowds eager to see her. Also worth exploring is the splendid Avenida de Mayo. This splendid wide avenue is famous for its fine buildings with their attractive facades and domes, along with such landmarks as the famous Café Tortoni. Established in 1880, it's the city's oldest cafe and is considered the heart of tango. Also of note is the National Tango Academy, located next door, which continues to welcome visitors. And there you have the top 10 tourist attractions and places to visit in Buenos Aires. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. See you next time.